Welcome back. I just wrapped up Mafia, the old country. It took me around 16 hours to finish the game, and I played the entire thing on my RTX 3050 Ti with only 4GB of VRAM. I was getting from 20 to 80 FPS depending on the situation. Let's start with optimization. Honestly, this game is a mixed bag. I tested it thoroughly while recording small parts from the beginning to the very end, and the results were all over the place. The frame rate ranged from as low as 20 FPS to as high as 80 FPS, depending on the scenario. During crowded areas with lots of NPCs, it dropped hard to around 20 to 30 FPS. In knife fights, I was averaging 30 to 40. Heavy gunfights were usually in the 30 to 50 range, but I even hit 20 at times, and trust me, that made me miss a lot of shots. Now, if you have watched my previous video on Mafia optimization, you know I explained everything about how the game handles performance on Unreal Engine 5. If you have not, I will link it on the top corner. You can check it out and argue with me there if you want to bring up PC upgrades. For me, the experience was not smooth. I would rate optimization 6 out of 10. The developers should have definitely spent more time polishing the game. Because when it works, it looks amazing, but those frame drops completely break immersion. Now, let's move to the story. And here is where things get really interesting. As I went deeper into the game, I started to guess how the ending might play out. But even though I was prepared, I couldn't hold back my emotions. Enzo really deserved a better life, but instead, the ending reminded me how cruel real life can be. And if you have played other Mafia titles, you already know happy endings just don't belong here. What really hit me hard was Isabella. I expected her to see Enzo one last time, and that never happened. And that left me with a very empty feeling. On top of that, Cesaro not facing any consequences made me angry. It felt unfair. So, story-wise, it was mixed for me. It had powerful emotional moments, but some missed opportunities. Still, the game made me feel something, and that's what good storytelling should do. Look, if a decade-old Mafia-looking game can run great on weak hardware and tell a criminal story that hits emotionally, why can't we expect that now? With better engines and more resources? The real answer is simple. When hardware holds up for years without upgrade, companies lose profits. That's why we see constant cycles and why optimization often takes a backseat. To wrap things up, Mafia the Old Country is a game with amazing potential, but it stumbles with optimization. Performance issues definitely dragged down my overall experience, but the story managed to leave a lasting impact. What did you feel in that final scene? Was it Isabella's loss that hit you worst, or Caesar's betrayal? Drop your take in the comments. See you in the next one.